I started kind of the concert talking about the way things change, the more they'll stay the same. And I do think that we've made improvements along the way, but you know, we just kind of need to keep on going. But this song, I think, kind of brings it to light. Real simple song. I think I first heard it in the 1980s because I had a George Jones gospel album that he did, and I heard the song for the first time. So I'm going to start with that. And then I'm going to go into a tune I wrote. Several years ago, I had this notion that I would start reading a poem a day, and this would improve my English language skills. But really, I mean, truly, I hope it did. But the main thing is, I write lyrics, and poetry with music would be lyrics. But I want to be able to read poetry, just read poetry that stands alone, you know, the great poems, and feel like I was really understanding those poems. And so that was my goal. I'd start reading a poem every day, and it got to be kind of my favorite part of the day. I got to where I really looked forward to it. You know, what was the poem going to be that day? And with never any mind that I was going to write songs or anything from it. About a year or so went by. One day, the poem was a poem by Yeats called The Lake Isle of Innisfree. Now, some of y'all probably even read this. It was probably in your high school poetry books or whatever. It's a famous poem. And if you were to read it right now, you would remember that, I have read that poem. But that day, it's just like every word just seemed, I'm like, I'm getting it now. I can do this. I can read this poem, and I'm feeling every word and getting it. And I get down to the second stanza, and I saw this phrase. And as soon as I saw it, I knew it was going to be in a song. So here we go. If they saw him riding in, long hair flying in the wind, would they love him down in Shreveport today? And if they heard he was a Jew and a Palestinian too, would they love him down in Nashville today? And if they heard him talk with ease to the junkies, whores, and thieves, would they love him out in Wichita today? And would the rich men think it funny if he said, give up your money? Would they love him up on Wall Street today? And if he made the wine from water and gave it to their sons and daughters, what would the folks in Salt Lake City say? If he talked of brotherhood as he walked their neighborhoods, would they love him up in Boston today? And if he said, love those who use you and forgive those who abuse you, if he turned the other cheek, what would you say? Would you laugh and call him crazy and send him on his way if he walked right into your town today? Would you laugh and call him crazy and send him on his way if he walked right into your town today? He was 21, if you believe what he wrote down on the paper that the sergeant made him sign. Never held a gun, never been too far from home, and he never had a night like this in Don't give up that hole we made you dig. He took some pictures out, and then he read some letters, closed his eyes, said, "The Lord my shepherd is, and peace comes stealing slow, falls like silent snow, swings down sweet and low. Peace comes stealing slow." She was on the street looking for some shelter, beaten down and weary of this world, shivering from the cold and crazy from the voices. She dreams of summers when she was a girl, and peace comes stealing slow, falls like silent snow, swings down sweet and low. Peace comes stealing slow. We live in a world of trials and tribulations, people filled with hatred everywhere. So we bow our heads and we raise our voices, offer our petition in this prayer. Peace come stealing slow, fall like silent snow, swing down sweet and low. Peace come stealing slow. Peace come stealing slow. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away, steal away home. We ain't got long to stay.